Hello everyone, welcome back to my new session that is valuation under GST. Let's start with valuation of goods and services under GST. Under this session, I want to discuss what is meant by valuation of goods and services under GST. Here it is an introduction here. Goods and service tax or GST will be one tax to subsum of all tax. What it means here, before introducing the GST in India, there are several the tax. Whatever the several tax should be there should be subsum and they are introduced only one tax that should be called as GST, that is goods and service tax. It will bring in one nation, one tax regime. After introducing the GST brings one nation, one tax. In India, there is only one tax, that is nothing but the goods and service tax. Being a completely a new form of indirect taxation, there are many questions in the minds of the organizations. What are the questions is to be right here? Earlier regime, before introducing the GST, the tax is to be calculated on the value of goods and services on the basis of the different criteria. As here, the tax normally the tax is to be calculated value of goods and services. The excise duty is to be calculated on the basis of the MRP, that is maximum retail price. VAT, the value added tax, is to be calculated on the basis of sales value of the goods and services. And here, the service tax is to be calculated on the basis of the taxable value of service rendered. It means that here, how much the value of the service you are rendered, on that you have to pay the service tax to the government. Then welcome to the next concept here, valuation of supply under GST. Here, the value of supply means the amount paid by the recipient of supply to the supplier as a consideration for supply. What it indicates or what it means here, the amount paid by the recipient who is receiving the goods or services from the supplier, that person should be called as a recipient of supply to the supplier. Here, who is paying the amount? The recipient. To the whom? The supplier who is supplying the goods or services to the needy people, that is the recipient, as a consideration for supply. It means that here, while receiving the goods or services, you have to pay something in the form of, either it may be in the form of cash or any kind, that should be called as value of supply. How much amount you are paying as a recipient to the supplier, that as a consideration for a supply, that should be called as value of supply. And here there are two parties involved in the supply of goods and services, namely recipient, the next one supplier. Here, then, for completion of the supply of goods or services, there must be two parties should be involved in the particular the supply, namely recipient, next one supplier. Then, as per this section 2, subsection 92, who is to be considered as this recipient? The recipient of supply of goods and services or both means where a consideration is payable for the supply of goods and services or both, the person who is liable to pay that consideration. It means that here, whenever there is consideration should be payable for the supply of goods and services, the person who is liable at the time of the supply, a person who is liable to pay the consideration that person should be called as ರಿಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡಿತೀರಿ ಅದರ ಪ್ರತಿಫಲವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಕ್ಕುದಾರರಾಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ರಿಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ವೇರ್ ನೋ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೇಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್, the person to whom the goods are delivered or made available or to whom possession or use of the goods is given or made available. In case of there is no purchase, there is no consideration at all. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ರಿಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ನಾವು ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಆ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪೂರೈಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಆ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಸರಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ರಿಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ವೇರ್ ನೋ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೇಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಹೂಮ್ ದ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಂಡರ್ಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಸೇವೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವೆಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ರಿಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 subsection 92. This is the meaning of recipient. The thing is to be there, to whom we are supplying the goods or services, that person should be called as recipient. In the case of the consideration, who is paying any consideration for the supply of the goods or services, that person should be called as recipient. If there is no consideration at that time, to whom we are supplying the goods or to whom we are supplying the services, that person should be called as recipient. This is the meaning of recipient. The next one, the suppliers. As per this section 2 subsection 105, the supplier in relation to goods or services or both shall mean the person supplying the said goods or services or both shall include an agent acting such as on behalf of the supplier in relation to the goods or services or both supplied. It means that here the supplier ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು, ಪೂರೈಕೆದಾರರು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು, ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸರಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಸೇವೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ ಅಂತ. ಪೂರೈಕೆದಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಬಿಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಪೂರೈಕೆದಾರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲ ದಲ್ಲಾಳಿಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಇವರೇ ಪೂರೈಕೆದಾರರಾಗಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 subsection 105. This is the meaning of suppliers. Then currently the GST will be charged on transaction value. See here, in first slide I discussed with you regarding the value of supply. Whenever the excise duty is to be there, it should be based on MRP. The VAT is to be there on the basis of sales value. The service tax, the value of this service is to be provided by the person. On that basis here, the tax is to be imposed by the government. But under the GST regime, the GST is to be charged on the basis of the transaction value. What is the transaction value then? See, the transaction value is the price actually paid or payable for supply of the goods or services between unrelated parties. This is very important here. Any amount is to be paid or payable, but the supply of goods or services should be between unrelated parties. The supplier and the recipient should not be related one. They have to be unrelated each other. And where the price is the sole consideration. The price is the sole consideration. The consideration should be in the form of only amount, or in the form of price, or in the form of cash. That should be called as the transaction value. And the value of supply under GST, it should be include any tax except GST, duties, cess, fees, penalties, charges levied under any act except GST. And the GST compensation cess will be excluded if charged separately by the supplier. At the time of the supplying the goods or services, if the compensation cess will be charged separately, then you have to be excluded. Then any amount that the supplier is liable to pay which has been incurred by the recipient and it is not included in the price. Any amount that the supplier is liable to pay which has been incurred by the recipient. It means that here that charges should be paid. Here the supplier is liable to pay, but the what do you call, the recipient is already incurred that charges or amount. That should not be included here. The value include all the incidental expenses in relating to sales, such as packaging, commission, etc. If any commissions to the agents or the packaging charges, normal and secondary packaging charges, etc., these charges should be included here. Subsidies linked to the supply except the government subsidies will be included. Interest, late fee, penalty for delayed payment should be considered. Right? These are the things is to be included in the transaction value. After that, while you are imposing the GST, the valuation should be based on the transaction value. This is the brief introduction of the transaction value. In next session, I will discuss this one again here. Then these are the things used to be there, and the first in this session, that is introduction part of the valuation under the goods and services. Here I will conclude this session with giving and again by concluding some words here. There are two parties should be involved in the supply, namely the recipient, then the supplier. And the recipient, the person who is liable to pay the amount for the value of goods or services they are received. The supplier, he is the person who is supplying the goods or services to the recipient. And here the GST will be charged on the transaction value. The particularly under the transaction value, that both parties should be unrelated to each other, and the price is the sole consideration for the supply of goods or services. This is the brief introduction of the valuation under the goods and service under GST. Thank you.